how do you characterize your relationship with New Delhi? We know that you have been talking about, your government has been talking about a civilizational relationship with India. But if you can talk about this relationship, how important your relationship has been with New Delhi?
Very, very important for us. I think the most important relationship as far as Sri Lanka is concerned. And definitely we share a civilization, our social, cultural, financial, economical ties are very, very high and integrated. So it's important that we understand India is growing power and biggest power in the region, and hopefully will be the third biggest economy by early 2030 or so. So with that improvement, I think everybody in the region will also benefit. So we need to understand this, we need to cultivate this, we need to work towards it. So there will be, of course, ups and downs and misunderstandings, but we are certain, given our long history of sharing a civilization, that Sri Lanka and Indian relationship will grow from strength to strength.
But if we talk about this relationship, your ambassador here in New Delhi has said that a security threat for Sri Lanka is also a security threat for India. How do you see this remark? Do you agree with this?
No, basically, security together is very important for us. Indian security is also very important for us. That there are no two words about it. We have understood that we will willingly or unwillingly be a part for any threat to Indian security, because any threat to the Indian security, a threat to the region, and that region includes Sri Lanka, and not good for Sri Lanka. So we understand that, and we will work towards achieving peace and harmony in the region, non-escalation of any sort of tensions, but peaceful relationship and enhanced economic activities which will benefit everybody in the region.
But in light of that remark, we saw, sir, recently that a Chinese research ship, as Beijing was putting it, and as many in New Delhi will be saying and have been saying, that a Chinese spy ship visited the Indian Ocean region, also docked in the Sri Lankan port. Has it put a kink in the relationship when it comes to India and Sri Lanka? Because we saw the comments coming from India expressing its concerns over the visit of the Chinese research or spy ship.
Yeah, I don't think of kink or so, but basically, of course, some concerns were expressed and we were able to discuss those things and follow up. We have made it very clear to everybody in the world that we don't want to contribute toward escalation of tension among anyone. We are a very peaceful country. We will continue to want to do so. And going forward, there will not be any surprises. So everyone who is entitled will be known in advance. We will have known procedures in place, so no one is surprised. So therefore, it's important that we also have the freedom of navigation in the Indian Ocean. But in the meantime, it should not be a security threat for any of our neighbors also.
But if, for example, in future, any Chinese research vessel is keen to dock in Sri Lankan ports, will they be allowed? Will the Indian sensitivities be kept in the mind?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to speculate. Of course, Indian sensitivities will always be kept in mind, and we will continue to work with India and understand this Indian sentiments so that we don't create any unpleasantries for both India and Sri Lanka and to the region.
How do you see relationship with Beijing?
Our relationship with Beijing is very, very strong. For a long, long period of time, they have been our very close friend. This year, we have celebrated 70 years of economic ties with them, the Rubber Rice Pact, where we exported the rubber to them and imported rice. So ours is a strong relationship, but basically it has been a commercial relationship, an economic relationship, where we have come and invested heavily in Sri Lanka during a very difficult period of time for us. And during the 26 years of our conflict, during the last few years, Chinese supported us with the supply of arms to ward off the threat from a world, one of the most ruthless terrorist organization, LTTE, in order to bring back peace to our country. So it is in that context that we have had a good relationship with them. But Sri Lanka naturally always follows that dynamic neutral foreign policy, where we would want everybody to be a friend to Sri Lanka and an enemy to none. So that's our foreign policy, that's our relationship. So given this dynamism, we would want to pursue the same thing, but taking India's sensitivities and their security concerns, because that's very important for us.
Many have been saying that the current economic crisis in Sri Lanka is also because of the Chinese debt trap diplomacy. Will you agree with this assessment?
No, I don't agree with that. That's a Chinese that's a Western phrase. We don't agree with that. Chinese haven't come and forcefully given their money to us. It actually, we have gone and sought their funds, and they have respected that and invested in our country. They are the biggest investor in our country, so we don't agree with that frame or phrase. Naturally, whether having taken the money, whether we have put that into proper use or use where we can get returned is an issue for Sri Lankans. So therefore, we don't associate with that kind of phrase. And actually, Chinese have been a good friend for us, and they have been the biggest investor in Sri Lanka post conflict in Sri Lanka.